What's up, everybody? Welcome to Old Glory Red Report, a supporters channel by the supporters for the supporters. In today's video, we'll be talking about the Fans' Choice Midseason Awards. Coming at you next. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Casey J, Mark Anthony, here with our latest version of the Old Glory Red Report. If you're new here, consider subscribing. In today's video, we're going to talk about the Fans' Choice Midseason Awards. So these players were voted by the fans on our polls that we did on Twitter in the last couple weeks. So we appreciate your feedback, your support, and your votes. I think we'll get into it.
If you didn't see the polls there, make sure to go on Twitter, follow us on there. Also follow us on Facebook. You can be involved in the next one because we will do this again.
And what's our Twitter handle?
It's Old Glory Red.
So at Old Glory Red, that's where we're at on Facebook.
It'll be at the end of the video up in this area somewhere over here.
All right, so let's get into it. We have 7 categories that we asked you, the fans, who your picks were for the Midseason Awards. I think we agree with most of them, but we'll be talking about maybe where we differ a little bit. We have Defender of the Season so far. We have Midfielder of the Season, Attacking Player / Forward of the Season so far. We have our Fan Favorite Award, our Most Improved Player from the beginning of the season. Would like to just clarify that. Player of the Year so far, and did I miss one? Newcomer of the Year, right?
Newcomer of the Year, yeah.
Newcomer of the Year. Awesome. So let's get into it. Defender of the Year. Casey, who did the Republic fans pick as our midseason Defender of the Year so far?
This was a very close one in the polls. Everyone was very equal. There was Gomez up there, Schmidt was up there, but the actual person that got it was Tainter. The fans said he is our best defender, and I personally have to agree with them on this one. I think he's been very solid for us. He hasn't made too many errors. He did have that step up to the MLS, showing that he is a very talented player. Now, Gomez made a good fight for it, but I think Tainter's the right choice here.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tainter has been the most consistent defender that we've had. I mean, yes, Gomez has an argument, but being a center back, it kind of, I think, gives Tainter the edge there a little bit. He has been the one center back that hasn't been rotating out, so he's been the constant player we can expect to watch. I think the fans have got it right here.
Yeah, I do as well. For the Best Midfielder Award, why don't you go ahead and talk about this one?
Yeah, so the fans, they really liked Villian Bijev.
Who can blame him?
Yeah, Bijev, he's been really good this season. Midfielder of the season, that's a word that's a little tricky because you could go with a wing-type player who's more of an attacker, or you can go with a player who's more of a central player like a Moffitt, a Villarreal, or a Jeremy Hall.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so what do you think? Do you agree with the fans on Bijev's pick?
I think Bijev's our flashy forward, and by all means, he's been very, very good in the midfield position, playing up higher. He's definitely earned the right to be called the best midfielder of the season so far. He's definitely made an impact on the team, but it's hard to overlook someone like Hall as well that doesn't maybe impact the game as much, but does a very important job, same as Moffitt. But for me, Bijev is the right choice here as well because he's had an explosive season for us.
Yeah. I personally give the edge to Hall just because he has, I think, the highest passing accuracy on the team, and he's second on the team in interceptions. But, I mean, it's a hard choice, and it is kind of a category where you could go 2 different ways.
So, congratulations to Bijev for winning that one. We'll move on to our Attacking Forward Player of the Season. This one probably comes to no surprise to anybody that Cameron Iwasa won this one.
Iwasa? You don't say.
Yeah, you would have guessed. I think we have some other good options, but he's the only one that's been really consistent with putting the ball in the back of the net.
I mean, he's tied for the USL leading goals. Who could pick anyone else?
Yeah, so the attacking one was very easy. I think Iwasa deserved it very well.
Yeah, all right. So then we'll move past the defender, the mid, and the attacking player. We're going to go into fan favorite mid-season player of the year.
This is where it gets to be a little opinion here. This was getting a little more opinion.
So who'd the fans pick?
The fans pick. Well, that was a tough one, and this guy just joined the team recently, so but he's been with us for a long time. Clemente is the fan favorite. I guess this is another one just like I was on the last one. Who would have guessed? But, he spent a lot of time. He's had more minutes than any other player in the Republic jersey. Obvious pick for fan favorite, I'm sure.
Yeah, it is a weird pick because he just rejoined the team, right? I didn't really think about him just because he hasn't been with the team for most of the season. But, I mean, Emre Clemente is always a player that the fans love watching. He's great for the community. So, it's hard to blame anybody who picks Clemente to win that award.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that Cohen didn't win this one, just because he has been a key for us this season on keeping us where we are in the conference. He's been coming up with big saves all season, and he comes over after every game, talks to the crowd, really gets involved. I thought he might win it, but congratulations to Clemente.
Yeah, Cohen definitely could have won this award. I mean, you mentioned a couple things there, and, he's saved us a bunch of times at home, and, Tower Bridge Battalion has the chant for him. I just thought that he might have won this one. But, yeah, Clemente is a great choice. Cohen's a great choice as well. We move on to most improved player from the beginning of the season, and I think this might be the toughest category. What do you think?
It really is. You want to hope that every player does well, but there were some players that didn't quite have the start that we thought they would. Isley didn't come out firing like we thought he would from what we saw in preseason. Villarreal, Espino, both have potential and do look good, but just didn't start the season out that best.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, though, the fans do say Espino is the most improved player so far in the season. Do you agree with their pick?
I think Espino has improved, and I also think that if we go even further, he's improved even from last year.
Yes, definitely.
He hasn't gotten as much playing time as I think that would warrant this selection. So I actually went with Villarreal.
He has seen a lot of improvement too.
Yeah, at the beginning of the season, I thought he was a little lost in the central midfield. Lately, he's been coming on strong. He's been assisting some key goals lately, and I just think overall his performances are becoming more even.
Yeah, he's really grown into the role that Elliott wants him playing.
Mm-hmm.
That more staying back, holding the ball up, making something, being a little bit more creative from the deep. I think he's really starting to feel comfortable in that position, so I'd agree with you. Villarreal is definitely one. But the fans did choose Espino, so congratulations to him. He deserves it. I think he's put in some great performances recently. He's gotten a couple starts even, so we'll probably see more of him in the future.
Hopefully we'll see a couple more key goals from him going on the rest of the season. So
all right, let's go down to best newcomer real quick. Let's do that one.
Okay.
Because this is one that we talked about even, and there's a lot of changeover this season, so there's a lot of option for best newcomer. Do you want to go ahead and go through the picks with this?
Yeah, so the fans picked Josh Cohen as the best newcomer, but like you said, I mean, I think at least three guys come to mind. Yeah. I think Tainer is a newcomer that definitely has made a huge impact.
Absolutely.
Shannon Gomez.
He was one of mine. I would argue for him, but,
Josh Cohen. You could say Matty Osic. I mean, there's a few guys that have joined this team this year and have really put their stamp on the team.
Absolutely. Like I said, I would probably make an argument for Gomez. I've really liked his defending. I like his pace. You could definitely make an argument for Tainer. He's been very solid. That's why he won our Defender of the Midseason. But ultimately, Cohen's got to be it.
Yeah.
He's got it. He's came in. We talked about this before. He's made the saves. He's great with the fans. He's got to be the best newcomer.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to go with Gomez just because I feel like he's gotten second place on a few of these categories.
He's always
second best defender, second fan favorite. He probably would have won fan favorite if Clemente didn't come back to the team, so that's a little unfortunate.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
I mean, I know he's probably getting lose sleep that he didn't win the Old Glory Red Report any award, but hey, there's still a lot of time left in the season, though, where he could sway some people's opinions.
Yeah, I think he will, too. He's a great player, and I think we'll only see him grow more and more with this team. And if we can get him to stay a season or two, I think get his attacking up, he will definitely be a player to look out for.
Yeah, I hope he does stay with the team long term. That would be nice to have him coming back next year as well. So, MVP of the season so far, who could it possibly be?
I don't know. This is another head-scratcher.
It's Cam Iwasa. I know everybody was on the edge of their seat there, but Cam Iwasa, what can you say? This guy could probably have a case for league MVP right now.
Really good.
If there was a league all-star game, he's probably in the starting 11 for the Western Conference.
Absolutely.
He's tied for the lead in goals. He's making plays, passing the ball. He has his assists, I think, are at 3 or 4 right now.
I think it's 4, yeah.
Last couple games, he's even dropped in a deeper role, so he's doing more than just producing. He's actually, moving around on wherever he's needed on the pitch. So
absolutely. You touched on a lot of the great points about him and why he's won 2 awards from us on this one. He's been fantastic in front of net. He's dropped back. He's brought the other teammates into the game. He's assisted. He's great with the fans. The fans love him. He's great on and off the pitch, with the community and doing all that. He's a local boy here, so he knows what it means to play for this jersey. He really has some passion behind what he does here at the club. For all those reasons, I completely agree with him being the player of the season so far. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up with the player of the season at the end of the season as well.
Yeah, and for the club, I mean, he's on pace to break the season record for most goals in a year. He's 2 away from tying his own record, so you would imagine he's going to get more than 2 for the last 12 games of the season.
He's got quite a bit of time. He's got quite a bit of time to do it in.
Yeah, and like you said, he's a local guy. He's just an all-around great player to have for this organization.
Well, that is all the awards we gave out. If you have a different pick, please do put those in the comments below. We'd love to hear why you picked, who you picked for what award. Mm-hmm. We are going to do more of these in the future, so as I said, do take us up on social media. Look out for the polls in the future so you can be part of the voting.
Yeah, and one last question for you guys. What player who did not make any of the awards here, what player who's not on this list, do you think will have the biggest impact for the rest of the season? So there's 12 games left, plus hopefully playoffs. What player? A couple guys I can think of off the top of my head. Matty Josic.
Yeah.
He could be a player that really impacts the rest of the season. Alamon should be coming back from injury.
Hopefully that knee gets better here soon because he was looking really good before he got injured. He had a great free kick in Open Cup, some great movement off the ball, on the ball when he was back in there. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, a guy like Schmidt who's been playing more in the back.
And he's looked good too now.
Hayden Partain should be coming back from injury later on in the season. I mean, there's a number of guys who are waiting to kind of make that next step. And I'd love to. I know Casey would too. We'd love to hear who you guys think who didn't make one of the awards here, who will have the biggest impact the rest of the season. So, love to hear from you guys.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Again, do comment. Put everything below you'd like to say to us. Follow us on social media and all those kind of things. Subscribe to this video if you're already not subscribed. There is a little notification button. That'll let you know when we do put videos out. Stay tuned with all that. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
Later, guys.